Hey, bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Bienvenue à Écho du marché. Cette semaine, I have the privilege to welcome one of the most famous realtor in Quebec. For now, in Canada, soon to be, Mrs. Lisa Lavie. Lisa, how are you?
I'm good, François.
I'm great.
How
All
are
right.
you?
So welcome
Thank
to
you
our
very
show,
much.
to our
I'm
podcast.
excited to be here.
Yes, I know that you've done a few podcasts in French.
Yes.
But is it true that it's your first podcast in English?
This is my first official podcast in English.
All
I'm
right.
happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to be the host for your first podcast in
Thank
English.
you very much.
And Écho du marché. So we want to talk about the market. We want to talk about what you're doing. We want to talk about Groupe Mackay agents, actually. So this podcast is bilingual.
Yeah.
So we do French and English because our real estate agency is bilingual.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. So Lisa,
Yes.
we've talked to you a few times in French. Now it's the first time in English.
Yeah.
I would like maybe just a brief introduction about, what brought you to real estate.
Okay. So what brought me to real estate, I've been interested in real estate for quite some time. I started investing in real estate in 2012.
Okay.
That's when I bought my first home. And it was a house actually for me to live in. So it wasn't an investment property. I was going to live in the house.
Okay.
And then I started
And where was it?
In Chateauguay.
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 All right. Chateauguay.
And I started doing the renovations of the home, and I loved the process so much. About, I would say, a year and a half later, I had this idea. I didn't know anybody around me that was interested in real estate or that bought homes.
Okay.
But I said to myself, is there a possibility for me to buy a home at a really good price, have tenants move in, the tenants pay, obviously, the mortgage, the value goes up while I'm paying down the property? Does that exist, and I get a cash flow in between? Is that a thing? Obviously it's a thing. But back then I was like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
And so I started doing research, and I put like a fake ad on Kijiji for a bedroom, 2-bathroom house for X amount to see, test the market to see if
No
there's,
way.
if there's really activity in that sphere of a certain price range. And I realized it was, and I said, oh my God, I need to buy a house. So I started telling my surroundings, my mom and people around me, I want to buy another house. And everybody thought I was crazy. Why are you going to buy? You just bought it. You bought a house. You have a house.
Yeah.
And so I bought a house, and I got one of those renters.
Okay.
I bought it quickly, and I found a renter, and everything went super seamless. And I was making a nice cash flow in between. And I'm going, this is unbelievable. So that's how I started getting an interest for real estate.
Wow.
And then every 6 to 9 months, I was like, I want to buy another house. So that's how I got my start. And real estate just
So you were not
really
buying
interested me.
any purse or stuff like that? You were buying houses?
Some people, they have collections of shoes and purses. I like my collection of houses.
Okay. That's great. That's great. Great. Well, a way to get richer and to
Absolutely.
build wealth.
Yeah, to build wealth for myself, for my family, my parents, and be able to do things for others. So it's a beautiful thing.
All right, that's good. And but tell us. So now we know how you became interested in real estate by looking for ways to make money.
Yeah.
But what did you do before real estate?
I was a singer.
You were a singer.
Yes.
I love it. I love your songs.
Thank you.
So you were a singer and you got interested in business and in real estate.
Yeah.
And when did you decide to become a realtor?
So the real estate broker that I was working with back in the day, I was dedicated to her, and she
Okay.
was the one who I was like, okay, I'm interested in this house. And she would tell me, you should become a real estate broker. But back then, I'm traveling, I'm touring the world. I'm singing all over the place.
Yeah.
I lived in California I was doing my thing as a singer.
Yeah.
So I had no interest necessarily to make the switch. And the more she kept on saying, I'm telling you should become a real estate broker. I was like, should I become a real estate broker? And I had an interest in it. So I said to her, you know what? Give me 3 years. I'm going to tour. I'm going to finish these tours. I'm going to launch another album. And then, then I'll be done. And I'm probably going to get into real estate. Yeah. And so sure enough, it was 2019. I was finishing my tour, and I remember singing my last note on stage. I was like, this is it. And then I'm going home and I'm going back to school. Okay. And so that's what I did. 2019, I decided to stop touring.
Okay.
I came back to Montreal, and I went to go and get my real estate license.
Wow.
Yeah.
And back then, the COVID had not begun.
COVID didn't begin. I got my real estate license,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
I joined Group Mackay.
Yeah.
A little plug there, Group Mackay.
There you go. Yeah.
And
It's actually Écho du Marché by Group Mackay.
I love that. I love that. So I ended up becoming a real estate broker
Yeah.
April 1st, 2020.
Yeah.
So it was literally the beginning of the pandemic. I remember I came to the agency and I'm trying to learn how to navigate into this business and realize like
I remember your group, you and because you know what, just a little side note.
Yeah.
I got two people that you know really well that texted me last month,
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The two people that you brought to Group Mackay.
Okay. Yes.
So their name. We're like, ooh. Let me tell my
Nobody
phone.
knows.
Nobody knows. No. But so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we were just gonna keep that, but because we don't remember. Oh my God, that's not.
Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. No,
Okay, Monique.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So she texted me because she was actually in Morocco.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was there.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
I spoke to her not too long ago.
Yeah,
I called
yeah.
her to see how she was doing.
Yeah, there you go.
Very cool.
So I remember your group there. Yeah, those two girls.
Mona,
Lisa,
Jessica,
Mona,
Lisa. Yeah, there was a few of them.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
I remember when I joined, I mean, I was super excited to become a real estate broker. I didn't know what it entailed, but I was so dedicated to succeed. And then sure enough, week one, we're at the office and I'm like, okay, what am I going to learn today? Let's do this. And you come into the office and it's like, I'm so sorry, guys. You're going to have to pack up your stuff and work from home. And I'm going, oh my God. You're like, COVID hit. And I'm going, what's COVID really? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then I had to go home and I was like, I don't even know how to navigate in this market. So it's either I go home and I retreat and I'm like in a bubble and I just wait until things calm down, or I go home and go in full force, dedicated to succeed and do it. You know, so I had those two options and I just went home and I said, I'm going to kill it. That was my goal. That was my goal.
I'm gonna kill it.
I'm gonna kill
and
it.
it's always the vibe you're in, because you know. So we often meet, and you're always like, I want more.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to kill it. I want to be number one.
Yeah.
I want to, and it's exactly like when I started with my mom. Like, Mom, we're gonna be Remax number one agent in Quebec. Like,
Absolutely.
You came up to ranking number 2. That's good, but not enough. Let's become number 1. You know.
Yeah.
So, and that's always how
And
you.
you know, it's weird. It's not when I say I want to become, like, let's say I say I want to take over my area and I want to take over then the South Shore.
Yeah.
When I say that, it's not to diminish any other
No,
broker.
no.
It's like for myself. It's like I want my team to succeed at such a high level, not to diminish anybody. You understand what I mean? Sometimes I feel weird even saying that. It's like I want to be number one, but it sounds sometimes in a bad way, but it's not.
No, we're in the DD vibe.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
the DD vibe is? DD?
Driver.
Driver. No, that was the DD. It's a decade of domination.
I love that.
There you go. Decade of domination, the
love
2020s.
that.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what we're doing.
I love, and I started in 2020. So
There
this
you
is
go.
my decade.
Of
This is my
domination.
DD.
DD, you're DD.
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna take that.
So you had success right away, and that was like really phenomenal. To just from where I was sitting to see you, actually take over the market, dominate, list houses. Like, I have this listing, I got this, I got that. You were like, you actually like, I don't know how many times you multiply your goals by, probably by 5 or something like that. The first year,
I think it was 4 times.
4 times your goal. So
Yeah.
it was amazing. And right away after, so you get like 60 transactions the first year.
62.
62.
I have to throw in that
Amazing.
too.
62. That's good. The 2 last ones are very important. It's always at the end that you win the race, right?
Right.
So 62.
Yeah.
Amazing, fantastic. And you went on to build a team.
Yeah.
And now, like, that vibe that you got with your team members, and they're always like, wait, I see Mona coming in, Lloyd.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing it, we're killing it. We're actually they're talking like you now.
Yeah. I love that. I love it.
So tell me, what do you do like with the team to get your team so strong, so solid, to energize them like that, like you do, and just because it's contagious being around you?
No, I to be honest with you, for me, my goal in terms of the team, so I started the team 1 year to the day that I became a broker. So April 1st, 2021.
Okay.
That's when the team started. And my goal with the team, I like surrounding myself with positivity.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I joined your agency.
There you go.
You know, to me, I think it's super important to have that energy, and it is infectious,
Yeah.
and it is contagious, and it spreads around. So, yes, my team, our team, now we're at a point where it's like the energy is so good. And to me, it's super important. So when I think about my team, our team, sometimes I say my team, but it's like, it's us. It's like, it's
us, yeah.
our team. And when I think about us, for me, it's so important for the team members to not only succeed in the amount of transactions that you do, because life is not all about transactions.
Right.
It's about
Right.
everything.
Right.
Okay, François, how is your, all of the different spheres, your health, your relationships, your finances, your business, your mental health, your like everything, all of the different spheres. So to me, that's so important. So when I have my team meetings, it's not just how many transactions are you going to do this month? It's how can we help? How can I help in different areas of your life?
Right.
And I even have a graph that we did just recently where we literally went in from 0 to 10 in all of these areas. Where do you rank yourselves? And we could clearly see the downfalls. And
Yeah.
it's like, sometimes it's eye-opening, like, oh,
Yeah.
my God.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing good in this sphere. What? Okay, well, what can I do to do better in that sphere? Because the more you're solid in all spheres, you're just going to be beaming. You're going to be on fire. And to me, that's
Absolutely.
my goal for everybody in
Can
the
I
team.
ask you where you got that?
Where I got that graph?
That graph? Because Darren Hardy,
Okay.
okay, Living Your Best Life by Darren Hardy. I know there's a lot of
I
people.
like that. I like that.
Living Your Best Life. There
Yeah.
was Living Your Best Life by François Mackay too, but anyway. But Living Your Best Life by Darren Hardy
Yeah.
is amazing. It's an amazing.
Okay.
I'm not doing any promotion for him, but he's one of my mentors. And
you did that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah,
give me
yeah.
your access codes and I'm going to do it. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
And Living Your Best Life. So every week,
Yeah.
you score yourself on what you did. Like let's
Okay.
say, like me, I had some. But I'm not doing it. I stopped doing it. I need to restart. But I had like I put like, let's say, eat with my kids once a week. Every one
Yeah.
of my kids. Okay, so
Yeah.
at 1 point, train 3 times a week. Well,
Yeah.
so everything. So you could see where you're doing well and not doing well. And one thing that most successful business people have in
Yeah.
common when they're becoming successful or when they're going out there trying to make it happen,
Yeah.
is that they get unbalanced.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're trying to get balance, but you're totally unbalanced because you're like, okay, I'm working a lot to
lot.
make that happen.
Yes.
And one thing actually, even Darren Hardy was saying, he says you still need to relax
Yeah.
and recuperate.
Of course.
And he was saying it, and that's a funny one I told some people because sometimes I get some of my staff members to go fill out the car with gas,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So I said, well, in that time, I can do other kind of work, or
Yeah.
I can just relax and get recuperate a bit and got someone to do something else that could be delegated.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things you need sometimes to delegate. You need sometimes to recuperate.
For sure.
And following that, because we're always like getting on wanting to reach more, achieve more,
Yeah.
more sales, more this, more that. Well, we tend to forget a bit some of the personal things and
Of
even
course.
the recuperation time, the time we need to recuperate.
Yeah.
And at one point our body will suffer. So
course.
you're saying you're being better at that, being
100%.
balanced, yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean,
So-
I do this graph
Because
every
you seem
year.
to be working. You seem like for me for a while, I'm like she's working a lot.
Okay, so until recently.
Yeah.
Right. So I was working, insane hours. So if you look at my graph, and I'm going to send it to you so you can see what it is, maybe you can do it with your team as well.
Yeah.
I've been doing this every year to see how I gauge myself without looking at the previous year.
Yeah.
So months ago, I did it. And now my graph is different. So I'm about to do it again, but it's 100% different because now I'm realizing what I realize is when it comes to my finances, my business, and all the top spheres, when it comes to that, on fire.
Yeah.
I'm like a 9. I'm 8, 9 solid. And when it comes to other things, recreation, family, friends, Roma, all that stuff, I was like at a 2.
Yeah.
And I'm going, hold on a second. Like, let me examine my life. So the balance is completely off, you know? So now it's a matter of, adjusting so that all the spheres are working so harmoniously together and everything is vibing so that I feel amazing on all aspects.
And that's why you're attracting a lot of business too.
I believe so. I believe so because I'm happy. I'm happy. Like, I love life. I love life. I love working with clients. It's like, it's that thing, you know? So when you feel good in yourself and you're happy and it beams off of you, for sure, other people are going to feel it.
Yeah, exactly. There
you know,
you go.
So yeah.
All right. And tell us, so now you're saying you're much better, but even when you started, you were amazing because you attracted clientele right away. Could you tell us what happened and how you did that? Because first of all, people that are looking at this podcast are mainly, there's a lot of clients, like people, a lot of everyone, but generally speaking, buyers, sellers, people interested in real estate. And where did you contact them? Where did you get in touch with them?
It was crazy. My first 2 months.
They want to get in touch with you now.
Yeah,
they will. They will want to call you that. There you go.
My first 2 months, I literally made calls like crazy. I'm like, I'm doing this. Let's go. Let's go. And honestly, I didn't know how to work with clients, but I have a heart.
Yeah.
And I know that when clients start working with me, they're going to put their trust in me.
Right.
And my goal, I want them to trust me because I know that I have their best interest at heart all the time.
Right.
I will easily tell a client who wants to proceed after an inspection to buy the property. Yeah. Listen, can I tell you a story quickly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had a client last year.
Take your time.
I had a client last year. She had a very, very, very limited budget, okay? $350,000. That was her cap.
Wow.
And she couldn't go above that. Okay. And at this point, the market started coming down. So I contacted, because 350 didn't exist in the areas that she was looking at.
Right.
When the market came down, I called her back. I'm like, you have an opportunity right now for a very brief period of time.
Right.
Okay.
Right,
Otherwise, you're out of the game for a long time.
Right.
She was like, okay, Lisa, let's do this. We went to go and visit a property in Beauharnois.
Yeah.
She wanted to put an offer. She didn't love the house.
Yeah.
She wanted to put an offer regardless.
Yeah.
She was already going to be almost capped. We did an inspection. The inspection was horrible. Okay.
Yeah.
She was so desperate to move, and she wanted to buy this house, even though I knew this was going to be a disaster home for her. Okay. So she said, do you think we can lower the price by $10,000 and I'll still buy it? And yes, part of me is like, okay, yes, we can do that. But then I'm looking at her and I'm going, I'm not going to do a service by her. Yes, I will easily lower the price by $10,000. The other broker is going to say, no problem. Because he's going to have a very hard time selling this home. And I know it.
Yeah.
So I looked at her and I said, are you sure you want to buy this house? She said, yeah, I'm sure. I'm like, I would love for you to put your trust in me. I'm going to find you another house. I will not feel right having you buy this house because I know I do renovations all the time.
Yeah.
I know what a headache this house is going to be for you. Yeah. Could you put your trust in me? And she said, yes, I trust you. We'll back out. And I was so happy.
Wow.
Listen to this. A week and a half goes by. Okay, there's this guy who puts a visit request on one of my listings, and I go to check out who this person was, and I see one of his listings in the area. It was listed at $410,000. I call him on the phone and I said, what happened to your property? Is everything going good with the financing? He goes, actually, we're about to lower the price today. It didn't work out because of inspection. I said, please don't lower the price. I want to come and see it with one of my clients.
There you go.
Okay.
Proactive.
I call my client. He said, okay, no problem. He goes, you can go visit today. Great. I call my client and I said to her, listen, there's this home. It's beautiful. Yes, there's certain things that need to be done. It's in your area of choice, which is my area, Chateauguay.
Yeah.
It's in your area. I am sure you're going to want to put an offer on this property. Can you come and see me today? Yes, Lisa, no problem, no problem. She hangs up the phone. I call her back. I said, you need the address. I gave her the address. She visits me at the property. She sees me at the property. We visit the property. She loves it. We put in an offer at $350,000. It's listed at $410,000.
Wow.
It's accepted. Can you believe?
There
My
you go.
client freaked out. She got this property, her ideal home, beautiful home, because she put her trust. Because I could have easily said, yeah, buy the other property, no problem, move on to another client. No, I want you to trust me. I want to build a relationship for years. I'm treating you like you're my family.
Exactly.
If I wouldn't buy the house myself, I am not going to have you buy the house.
There you go.
You understand? So for me, it's about building relationships with clients and making sure that they know that I'm going to do everything in my power for them. And I'm not just going to have them buy a house to buy a house. Like, what do you want? What are you looking for? Let's find it. It's out there.
Exactly.
You know?
And you like to work a lot with buyers, I found.
I do.
But you
do.
work with sellers too. But,
I do. I work
yeah.
right now. Primarily, I'm working with sellers.
Right
but
now you're working
I
with
have
sellers.
to say,
Yeah.
I love working with my buyers.
Yeah,
I love it. It's a different feeling. You know?
Exactly. And I see that you know them and you know what they want and you care about them. And that's
Yeah.
why we, at one point at Group Mackay, we came up with the top 10 clients because
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that our agents knew their clients, like
Yeah.
really knew them. It's not just numbers. They knew who they are,
Yeah.
what they're looking for, what their needs are, what their timing and motivations are.
Yeah, exactly.
And to know, like you said, when something comes up that you know that, okay, and I got that from actually my mom that I'm gonna say hi to because I remember we were every day I was coming in the office seeing my mom and she was like, we were talking about something, this listing. She's like, oh my God, this client, oh my God, and she was always like, oh, I know who's gonna want that. I know
Yeah.
who's gonna want to move there. I know who's okay. This so your brain is always going like thinking about your clients,
Absolutely.
what they want, how you can match them with a house,
Yeah.
how you can help your seller find a buyer.
Yes.
So you really have a real estate brain.
Yeah. You have to.
You have to. There you go.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of success right off, your beginning.
Yeah.
COVID, and me as a real estate agency owner.
Yeah.
I was speaking with a lot of realtors that were telling me, coming to see me, and they're like, François, it's a market, it's COVID, so I haven't been selling. And I was seeing you selling a lot of houses. So what do you think was the difference between you
Yeah.
selling a lot of houses during COVID, when COVID started and we couldn't even visit houses? What's the difference between Lisa Lavie and another broker that didn't make it?
It's just dedication.
Dedication.
It's dedication. It's consistency. You can easily, I could, if I want to, every month for the next year, if I said, I want 8 deals a month, I'm going for it, I'm gonna do it. And I could easily, like this last month, go, I'm gonna take, on a side note, I got into a car accident, a very big car crash.
Yeah, so we were talking about that just before we started.
Yeah.
I'm happy that everything is good
Yeah,
with you.
a drunk driver hit me head on. My car
wow.
is completely scrapped, but I'm getting a new Defender on Friday, so I'm excited about that.
There you go.
But yeah, so I took some time off. I went to Los Angeles for a conference, a real estate conference out there. I came back. I got
did
into the
that go?
accident. I loved it.
Yeah, okay.
I loved it.
We'll talk about
I'll
it.
share all
We'll
my
talk about
little secrets and tricks with you. But that week, it was like, null. I wasn't working. Then 2 weeks, I got the accident. I'm not working. So I'm like, okay, so wow, I spent the last month like really not really working and just recuperating.
Yeah.
Which is fine too. But all that to say, if you take your foot off the gas,
Yeah.
yes, you could just not do 2 transactions a month or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you say, I'm going to do this and dedicate every day to ensuring your success, there's no reason, but it's not only success, it's bringing value to the table. What are you bringing? That's a value to the table.
There you go.
When I'm working with my clients, I know I'm bringing value to the table.
You're bringing
because
the table, basically. Bringing the table. There you go.
So you have to bring value to the
Okay.
table. You have to understand the market. You have to understand the trends. You have to know how to deal with clients, their emotions, deal with the husband and the wife, and one doesn't feel like a certain, it's like there's a lot of variables that go into it. But once you understand all of that, you could really catapult your success, or you can just step back. So it really depends on what a broker wants to do. But for me, it's like sky's not the limit, as we always say.
So you see what's in the bag there? On the
Door?
wall?
A door?
On the wall, just up there, thermostat?
Yes, exactly. You could turn the dial up, you can turn it down.
So your thermostat is pretty high.
It's I'm hot in here. I'm hot in here, François.
She's on fire. That girl is on fire.
I sang that in my head right when you said that. Oh,
but yeah, and that's like some business coaches will use the thermostat analogy to you know about that, right? Did you know?
You just told me about it.
Oh yeah, okay.
So now I know about it.
Okay, so basically, some people their thermostat's at 75, and it's going to stay at 75 degrees, or let's say 20 degrees. And if they want to gain more success, they'll go down because their thermostat's at 20. So if you want to put your thermostat at 30, well, now your mind is going to believe that I can become richer, I can become a millionaire because my thermostat is set to 30. Yeah. But if it's set to 20, you have limiting beliefs, which will bring you down all the time. So your inner thermostat is going to be set higher.
I like
that. So at one point, you got to have more self-confidence, trust life, trust yourself, being able to do that.
Yeah.
And after that, take some actions to make that happen. Because I remember reading about The Secret, reading the book The Secret, right? And after that, some people said The Secret is very, very good, but you cannot just think that it's going to happen and it will happen.
You have to do the actions.
Eating chips all day long and you're laying down on the couch. I'm going to become a millionaire.
No, for sure. You have to do the actions. You have to put things forward to be able
Exactly.
to make sure that you get the success that you want.
Exactly.
And set your auto to 30 and your auto
thermostat
at
to 30 and now you make it happen.
Exactly.
Because you have the right now. Now your mindset is I'm a person that's making X amount of money, X amount of deals, having X amount of success, having this life with my spouse and everything. So it's all about like beliefs.
I think that's very, very important. And confidence is a very big thing as well.
Yeah.
And not to say that everybody has confidence, but the more that you understand what you're dealing with, the more you understand the market or your territory of choice, or you're automatically gonna have that confidence. And when you have that confidence, it exudes from you, and other people are gonna have confidence in you because you believe in yourself. So they're believing you as well.
Exactly.
So I think that's very important too. So if you don't have confidence, how do you get that confidence? It's just by gaining more knowledge.
And that's why you were gaining more knowledge, which is what you're doing all the
factors,
time.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you went through a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
You're coaching a lot. We are doing together some mastermind.
Yes.
Did you like our last guest, Danny Griffin?
He was fantastic. He wrote to me today, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't open, but he wrote to me today, so I'm gonna check out what he wrote.
Such a nice man.
Yeah, very, very cool. Super inspiring.
Yeah. That was amazing. He was like, I'm gonna do like an hour or two. We're like, no, you're gonna do all day. You're doing all day, my man. You're
awesome.
coming here. You're doing all day.
It was awesome.
But it was one of my first real estate coach. My second, actually.
No kidding.
Real estate coach in my life. Joey Tremblay from the States. His name is Joey Tremblay. It's funny that it's Tremblay, but anyways, but he's in the States, just off the border.
Yeah.
In La Colle there. So it's like the first. Actually, I went to his house. He was always telling me, "I'm just beside you." He takes the plane when he goes to Florida. Right? He takes the plane in Montreal. Like, how come you're not going? And he's like, "No, it's closer." And at one point, I had like something delivered, and he could pass the border, so I had to pick it up. So I gave his address. I'm like, "You're really, really close." Like first house crossing the border. But that was my first real estate coach. Second was Danny Griffin.
Very
Danny taught me a lot. As you can see, he's a really lot of inspiration.
Absolutely.
And that's why I always been coaching with different mentors, different coaches.
Yep.
And I think you're doing the same,
I'm
gaining
doing
the knowledge.
Same. Yeah, I started with one specific coaching. I moved to the next one, and now I officially just started coaching again.
With who?
Tom Ferry organization.
Yeah.
And so yesterday I interviewed a few different coaches to see. It's cool because then you get to decide which coach you want. So I interviewed a few of them, and I'm choosing one. And I got coaching not only for myself, but for my entire team.
Oh, nice. And who's the coach? Can we?
I'm not going to tell you just yet.
Okay, because my friend Marty Waite
Yeah.
is a big Tom Ferry student.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Marty
that.
Waite. Yeah.
What's up, Marty?
What's up, Marty? When are you coming to Montreal?
Yeah, exactly. He needs to come to our next mastermind. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Marty has been coaching with Tom Ferry for quite some time right now.
Very cool.
Yeah. And okay, well, that's good. That's it. So always gaining knowledge, and that's a good thing because I was speaking actually with George Bardaggi that
Yeah.
and George told me that because he started with Craig Proctor, went on with a lot of Brian Buffini referrals. So you went and finally
he did the rounds a little bit.
Around and saw what was good for him and started his own coaching at one point. And I think that's a good thing to know what's out there.
Yeah.
And like me, one thing that I really like was to go with Darren Hardy because he's not. He was a real estate agent, but now he's doing other stuff.
I love
and
Darren.
we did some training with Darren.
Yeah.
Remember when we were coming in a Monday morning at 8:00 in the morning?
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning. Yeah, that 7 in the morning 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We did that.
Yeah.
So
that was great.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we're going. Coffee. Let's go train. And this is business training, but you need business training in real estate to be a good realtor as well.
Absolutely. For me, the biggest things, obviously, I'm getting training for the entire team because I think it's super important. And obviously, you're bringing value to clients, but I want to bring value to the team as well in different aspects. So this is going to be something really, really great for the team.
So what's the news about the team? Like, where are you guys located?
Okay,
what's happening?
okay.
Come on, give us.
Okay, so I actually just bought a commercial building.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited about it. I didn't imagine myself doing this, to be honest with you. So, sometimes people say, what's your dream in 5 years from now?
Yeah.
I feel like my dream is constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. I'm like, where am I going? Okay, we're doing this. Okay, this is big. We're doing that, so
right.
I didn't imagine doing this. But then when I started the team, I moved the entire team into one of the houses that I had purchased in 2019.
Right.
And I converted the bedrooms into a bunch of offices. So now we're selling houses from a house, which has been great. And it was wonderful. And I loved it. But at the same point in time, my goal is, as you know, to be number one and to dominate the area. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to purchase a commercial building on the main strip in Chateauguay on Boulevard d'Anjou.
Right.
And so I did it, just signed at the notary. I just got the keys actually. So now I went there today and started taking measurements of everything to really design it perfectly. And that's going to be our new home, 101A Boulevard d'Anjou. So I'm super 101A Boulevard d'Anjou. I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
Congratulations. That's very, very nice. So when is your team moving there?
Hopefully in 2 months.
In 2 months. Okay. Renovation and
renovation and let's go. I would love to be there by the new year.
All right.
Yeah.
So just to come back, one thing, because I wanted to touch on something because I know I saw you get a lot of success within the last 2 years and a half, and I saw your beginning. And one thing I was like, I thought a lot of fun when you started. That was pretty new too, when you were filming yourself with announcing the good news to clients.
Yeah.
So what was that all about? How did you came up with that?
Okay, so my background, as you know, singer, I did tons of stuff on YouTube, right?
Okay.
So it's like I was constantly posting up videos on YouTube, and for a period of time, I was literally doing my daily life, like a daily vlog on YouTube. Everything I was doing, I was putting it on YouTube. It was crazy.
Okay. I didn't see that part.
Okay, good.
I'll take a look tonight.
I ended up removing it. It's gone.
Okay.
But I just left the singing stuff up. But for a period of time, so I'm so used to being on camera and just filming myself. Hey, what are you? I was used to that.
Yeah.
So I figured I want to film my clients' reactions, and then just put it up online.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody doing that, but just because I came from that, I was like, this is going to be fun. So I just started doing that, and it was awesome. And they loved it. And they had memories for themselves
amazing,
too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember you saying, oh, so cool. I saw your video last night that you...
I liked it. It was like giving me not the chills or something. I was like, oh my God, is there?
Yeah.
You're announcing it and they're like, oh, it was...
I mean, some reactions were so like, wow. And what's great is that they have these memories. Because when you're buying a house, it's not just a transaction. It's like they're buying a house for their family, for their kids to grow up, so it's a whole, you think about the different phases in life. Like you get married, you have kids, or you buy a house, you get, so all of these things fall into place. And this is one big event that happens in your life. And as a real estate broker, sometimes we forget about that because we're just like, another transaction, go. But to that person, it's everything sometimes, buying a home, their first home.
Right.
So I wanted to capture those moments, yes, for my dad, for my the people that watch my stuff, but for the clients as well, for them to go and say, wow, we did that.
It's amazing because I each time I saw it, I was like, oh my God, when I was seeing you like in your office about to tell someone, I was like, oh, I got to stop. I got to listen to that. So that's really cool. And I encourage you to continue that. That's very, very good. And speaking about that, I do have to tell you something.
Okay.
10 years ago.
Okay.
Long time ago. We were shooting a pilot for a TV show. And so I had the TV crew in my car. We were going to an appointment.
Okay.
And they're like, then my phone starts to ring. The TV's filming me, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a client. That's for an offer. I think they're just gonna accept the offer. So is it okay if I pick up the phone?" I didn't really. They're like, "Yeah. We're gonna film you." Okay, sure. So the lady goes. I'm like, "Allô, Monique," and she's like. Ouais, François. Ouais, c'est moi. Ben, finalement, là, on va refuser l'offre parce que moi et Gilles, on a repris ensemble. Fait qu'on se sépare plus. Fait I was like, we're like, what? Okay. So finally, so now they're going back together. They're not splitting up. So they're not selling the house anymore. So anyway,
God.
so that was funny. We didn't air that. But talking about TV,
Yes.
You're actually you're actually filming a TV show, right?
Yeah.
I think it's secret for now.
It's a little secret.
It's a little secret. We cannot.
Maybe, but I don't know when this is going to come out. But yeah, for
it's
now,
going to come out before.
Okay, so
TV
yeah,
show
it's
airs.
a little secret.
It's a little secret, but let's say I was in it last season.
Are you allowed to say it? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Let's just say that. You said it. I didn't say it. But yeah, we're filming right now. Yeah. They've been following me around all day, actually.
Yeah, are they?
They should be outside right now. So,
they're waiting for you.
Yeah,
like,
they're waiting.
What's
happening? But no, it's been really cool, actually. It's very, very interesting.
You like the experience?
Yeah, I like the experience. So I'm leaving here. We're going back to Chateauguay, and I got a huge billboard at the entrance of Chateauguay for the entire team.
Wow.
And so I'm doing the reveal today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's going to be cool.
Okay.
And there's going to be an aisselle. So I'm going to go up on there and be like, here's my Instagram shot.
Yeah. Wow. Can't wait to see that.
And the whole team, it's another thing that boosts them up. They're like, wow, I'm on a billboard.
Yeah, there you go.
Like this is real. So it's like trying to build this thing for them to keep motivated and know that they can do it. And it's like this whole team. Right. It's so far, everything's going.
And
smooth.
what's your
I'm
goal
very
with
happy.
the team? So are you? So now your team members. You have how many team members?
So right now we're going to be a total of 5.
All right.
We're 4 right now. We're going to be 5.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's admin and agents.
Just us brokers, we're 5.
Okay, brokers. Okay.
Brokers, we're 5.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah.
And what's so how do you see like 2024? Like what's your now you're finishing 2023, you're finishing strong. That's good.
Yeah.
Now
I'm already like I'm done with 2023. I'm like focused at 2024 already.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what's happening for Lisa Lavie in 2024?
Okay, so the building. That's one huge thing.
Yeah.
My goal is really my goal. Okay, at one point, yes, I was doing, let's say, 60 transactions, and I'm like 80 transactions.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, at 80 transactions, I'm losing my mind. I'm working every single day. So now my goal is to take a little bit of a back seat because I don't necessarily want to be on the field so much I was for the last couple of years.
Okay.
So now I'm taking a little back seat, delegating more to the team, making them excel to their highest potential possible. And my goal for 2024 is working more on the business instead of in the business. So that I could set up all of the systems and structure beautifully for success. So that is my goal. So before onboarding, like, yes, I would love to grow the team. Now, I mean, I have a big building. Now I could onboard and like let's go and really take over. But before doing that and going further, I really want to make sure that they're supplied with what they need.
Okay.
So that all of the systems and structures are beautifully set. They're getting their, all the marketing is going really well. They have their coach, and I would like for them to all do 50 transactions each. Once they're hitting that plateau, it's like, let's start onboarding other superstars to the team.
Amazing.
So that's the goal.
Congratulations on all your success. Now, people are watching us all over Quebec, right? So, and it's all over Canada and the States. It's going to be everywhere. And if they want to contact you, well, of course, you just reach out because you're going to see Lisa's. You're going to be tagging all the posts. But you can service people everywhere, right?
Absolutely. Why not?
There you go. So
yeah, if you guys wanted to get in touch with me, obviously there's Instagram, Lisa Lavie Courtier. There's Facebook, Lisa Lavie Courtier. I'll throw out my phone number. Why not? The more people that have it, the better. 450-844-8444. And you can text me as well. And yeah, let's chat.
All right. So I'm wishing you a lot of success for the future.
Thank you so much.
I'm very happy to be working with you.
Thank you.
Very proud of your success.
I appreciate
Congratulations. And thank you for coming to the podcast.
Let's do
All
this.
right. Take care. All right. See you guys later. All right. Have a great week.